Welcome to Byte-Sized Tech, where we blend casual conversations with insightful discussions on the latest in technology and gadgets. We've got a packed show for you today, diving into everything from cutting-edge projectors to the ever-evolving world of AI, and even some big news for gamers and city planners.
Absolutely. Get ready to unpack some really interesting updates from how companies are leveraging AI to some surprising shifts in the consumer tech landscape. It's all about getting you informed fast.
So, what are we getting into first? Let's talk about some cool new hardware that's making waves.
Okay, let's unpack this. First up, we've got the Anker Nebula X1 projector. You know Anker for power banks, right? But they're swinging for the fences with this home theater beast.
Yeah, they really are. It's got some impressive specs on paper. Triple laser projection, which is top-tier stuff.
And brightness.
3,500 ANSI lumens. That's seriously bright. You could probably use it with some lights on, you know?
Dolby Vision support, Google TV baked in, 4 internal speakers. Seems pretty feature-packed.
It is. But the real wow factor, I think, is that motorized gimbal. Yes, tell us about that.
So it basically adjusts the projection aim automatically, tilts up 25 degrees, handles the digital keystone correction, autofocus, all in seconds. It's meant to make setup super easy.
That sounds amazing. Like point and play almost.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
It really highlights this push for convenience we're seeing.
Yeah.
But there's always a trade-off, isn't there?
Okay, what's the catch? Because it sounds expensive.
It is. We're talking $2,999 list price. Though, yes, sometimes you see it on Amazon for closer to $2,500.
Oof.
And that gimbal, it can't aim down at all. And aiming up uses digital keystone, which, well, it crops the image. You lose some resolution.
Right, so you're paying for convenience, but maybe sacrificing a bit of that pure image quality you get with perfect optical alignment.
Exactly. And the other thing, no internal battery.
Wait, for an Anker product, that seems odd. They call it ready to move.
Kind of contradictory, yeah. It's portable-ish, like you can move it between rooms easily, but it's not truly portable like their Mars 3. You need power.
So compared to, say, the Hisense C2 Ultra.
It's brighter, for sure. But the Hisense might edge it out in other areas, especially things like gaming refresh rates. The Anker caps at 60 hertz.
Gotcha. So it's for someone who really values that automatic setup and brightness above all else.
I think that's fair. It's about how much you'll pay for that automated convenience versus fiddling with settings yourself.
Makes sense. Okay, sticking with home tech, Eufy's got new security cameras.
2 of them, the EufyCam E40 and the Solidcam E42.
What's the deal with the E40?
The big thing is AI-powered max color vision. So better color night vision, apparently in 2K resolution, plus smarter human detection. And importantly, it works with their home base for local storage.
Avoiding those monthly cloud fees, people like that.
Definitely. Privacy is a big selling point there. The E40 bundle is out now, ranging from maybe $280 to $380, depending on the setup.
And the E42 sounds like a step up.
It is 4K resolution, built-in spotlight, and full 360-degree pan-tilt zoom.
Wow, covers all the angles.
Yeah, and it adds more active deterrence, red and blue strobe lights, and a pretty loud 105 dB siren.
So it tries to scare intruders off.
That's the idea. Both can also be hooked up to a separate solar panel, which is neat. The E42 bundle is launching August 5th for around $399.
So the trend here is more AI on the device itself, solving problems like night vision and deterrence.
Exactly. Real-time, on-device intelligence. And that local storage option caters directly to users wary of cloud dependency. It's smart positioning by Eufy.
All right, let's move to phones. Samsung. Foldables. What's new?
The Galaxy Z Fold 7 just dropped, and it looks pretty impressive.
Give us the highlights.
Okay, camera-wise, a huge jump to a 200 MP sensor. That's massive for a foldable.
Whoa.
And they've made it incredibly thin, 4.2 millimeters when unfolded. It's actually lighter than the S25 Ultra, which is kind of crazy.
Wow, so they're really pushing the engineering on making these feel less bulky. And the screen.
A stunning 8-inch main display. It really feels like they're refining the core foldable experience.
And AI. Samsung's always big on features.
Oh, yeah. Both the Z Fold 7 and the new S25 Ultra get Gemini Live.
Explain that.
It's multimodal AI. You can talk to Gemini, show it stuff through your camera, share your screen, get advice in real time. It's much more integrated.
Like having a smarter assistant built in.
Pretty much. The Fold 7 gets a bit more utility with things like photo assist, removing objects or people from photos, and drag and drop AI image generation. Uses that big screen.
Sounds powerful. Pricey, I assume.
Yep. Z Fold 7 starts at $1,999. The S25 Ultra is more conventional, starting lower at $1,299. So you're paying a premium for that folding tech and versatility.
Okay, let's zoom out now. AI everywhere. This is where things get really interesting, maybe a bit scary too. It's changing how we learn, work, everything. First, Meta. What's their big play?
Superintelligence. That's the term Mark Zuckerberg is using.
Superintelligence, AI smarter than humans in everything.
That's the vision. He's apparently extremely optimistic about achieving it, seeing it as a way to accelerate human progress, empower individuals. It's a huge pivot, really, from their big metaverse push.
And they're backing it up with cash?
Big time. Their stock jumped recently after huge Q2 revenues, $47.5 billion. They're planning to spend over $100 billion this year just on data centers and AI talent.
100 billion, wow.
And it's already paying off, apparently. AI models are improving their ad business conversions on Facebook and Instagram. They're seeing tangible results.
It really shows the scale of this AI race, doesn't it? Everyone's throwing massive resources at it. What about Microsoft?
Same story, different giant. Microsoft also had a strong quarter, $76.4 billion revenue. Azure Cloud Services up a massive 39%.
Driven by AI demand, presumably.
Largely, yes. They're spending like crazy, too, planning over $30 billion next quarter on AI infrastructure. That's a $120 billion annual pace.
Incredible numbers.
And they're making their entire Azure Cloud AI first, even using liquid cooling in data centers now. That tells you the kind of processing power needed.
And they're prepping for the next big thing from OpenAI.
Right. GPT-5 is expected maybe early August. Microsoft's getting Copilot ready with a new smart mode. There's even this weird rumor about Copilot aging or having a virtual room, like a Tamagotchi.
An AI Tamagotchi? Okay, that's odd. But let's talk jobs. Microsoft released a study.
Yeah, and this got a lot of attention. They identified 40 jobs most likely to be replaced by AI, things like writers, journalists, data scientists, business analysts.
All Schaefer jobs.
Mostly manual labor, healthcare support, skilled trades jobs requiring physical presence or specific hands-on skills.
Microsoft says AI will mostly assist roles, but people are worried about cuts, obviously.
Of course. It's unsettling. This study really underscores that AI isn't just about automation. It's about transformation. We'll need to adapt, focus on skills. AI can't easily replicate critical thinking, complex problem-solving, creativity, empathy.
A big shift is coming, no doubt. On a more practical note, AI is also helping us learn. ChatGPT has a study mode.
Yeah, this sounds genuinely useful. It basically turns ChatGPT into a personalized tutor.
How does it work?
It explains complex stuff using analogies, avoids jargon, gives you mini quizzes. It uses active recall techniques like flashcards. It can even make quizzes from your own notes, even handwritten ones.
Wow, upload my lecture notes and get a quiz. That sounds like a game changer for students.
It really could be. It also helps outline essays, apparently, but doesn't just write them for you, so you still learn structure. And it remembers your learning style and what you struggled with before.
That persistence across sessions is key, makes it feel more like a real tutor.
Exactly. It's balancing that AI convenience with actual active learning principles. Pretty smart application.
And quickly, Yelp is using AI too, for videos.
Yeah, they're stitching together existing user photos from reviews into short dynamic videos. They refresh periodically.
Huh. Clever way to reuse content. Can users opt out?
Yes, you can remove your photos if you don't want them included, but it does highlight how our data is constantly being repurposed in new ways, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Which brings us neatly to privacy and security. We've got all this amazing tech, all this powerful AI, but what are the risks? The FBI just put out a warning.
A serious one. It's about vishing and smishing.
Voice phishing and SMS phishing, right?
Exactly. But supercharged. Hackers are impersonating senior U.S. government officials, federal, state, using these methods. And the vishing part might even involve AI-generated voices to sound convincing.
Whoa, AI voices. That makes it much harder to detect.
It does. These are spear phishing attacks, highly targeted. They do their homework to sound legitimate, trying to trick officials or their contact into visiting malicious sites or giving up personal info.
So what's the advice? Beyond just be careful.
Verify identities independently. Don't just trust caller ID or an email signature. Look up official numbers or email addresses yourself. Never share sensitive info with unexpected online contacts. Don't click weird links, attachments, QR codes. Use passkeys. Use multi-factor authentication.
The usual stuff, but even more critical now.
Right. And the FBI even suggested creating a secret family password. A code word only your family knows to verify identity if someone calls claiming to be a relative in trouble.
A FAMR password. Wow, that really shows how personal these attacks are getting.
It's a stark reminder. Our vigilance has to evolve just as fast as the threats.
Okay, shifting gears slightly within security. Password managers. Dropbox is shutting its down.
Yep, Dropbox Passwords is being phased out. Starting August 28th, its view-only autofill stops working. The mobile app goes dark September 11th, and by October 28th, it's fully shut down, data deleted.
Why are they doing that?
They say it's to focus on enhancing other features in our core product. They're recommending users migrate to services like 1Password.
A good reminder not to put all your digital eggs in one basket, I suppose, especially for something as critical as passwords.
Absolutely. Always have a plan for getting your data out if a service shuts down or changes. Diversification is key.
Speaking of data, Spotify. Apparently some default settings are causing privacy issues.
Yeah, this Panama Playlists website highlighted it. It basically scraped public Spotify profiles and playlists of famous people exposing their listening habits.
Just because their profiles were public by default.
Pretty much. Spotify profiles and playlists are public unless you actively make them private. And apparently, making old playlists private retroactively is difficult.
That seems not great.
It's kind of a perfect example of that generalized move toward total surveillance, as some put it. Even seemingly harmless data collection adds up. Spotify tracks searches, streaming history, location, device IDs, even how you physically hold your phone.
How you hold your phone, why?
Who knows? Maybe for interface adjustments. But the point is, they collect a lot. And your profile name and photo are always public unless you specifically block someone.
So the takeaway is check your privacy settings everywhere, not just social media.
Absolutely. Assume defaults aren't always in your best interest. Be proactive.
Okay, another big privacy topic, age verification online. This seems to be gaining momentum.
It is. Driven partly by things like the UK's Online Safety Act. Sites with potentially harmful content, think Reddit, Discord, X, now need to verify users are over 18. And other countries are looking at similar rules.
How do they verify?
It's a mix. Payment cards, government IDs, sometimes selfies matched to IDs, or even data-based age estimation using algorithms, often relies on third-party verification services.
That sounds like a potential privacy nightmare. So many different systems holding sensitive data.
That's the big concern. There's no real standard. Security risks are huge. One of those third-party services, AU10TIX, reportedly left data exposed recently. And then there's the worry about creating digital IDs that track everything you do online.
Plus, it could exclude people who don't have easy access to official IDs.
Exactly. Undocumented individuals, for example. YouTube is trying a different approach using AI.
AI for age estimation. How?
It looks at signals like your search history, what videos you watch, stuff like that. If it thinks you're a teen, it automatically turns off personalized ads, enables digital well-being tools, limits recommendations.
What if it gets it wrong?
Adults can verify with a credit card or government ID to correct it. It's an attempt to balance safety with privacy, but yeah, it's complex. No easy answers here.
Definitely a thorny issue. And speaking of platform policies and user protection, LinkedIn made a quiet change.
Yes, and has drawn concern. They removed a line from their hateful conduct policy that explicitly prohibited misgendering and dead-naming transgender users. They also took race or gender identity out of a list of protected inherent traits.
Why do they do that?
LinkedIn says the change doesn't reflect a difference in their underlying policies and that personal attacks based on identity still violate their harassment rules. But they haven't really explained why they removed the specific wording.
And advocacy groups are worried.
Yes, groups like GLA see explicit protections as crucial signals of a platform's commitment. Removing that language, even if the underlying intent remains, raises questions about enforcement and the safety of marginalized users on the platform. It's about clarity and perceived commitment.
A nuanced but important distinction. Okay, one more piece of industry news. Layoffs at CNET, even while the parent company is buying other companies.
Yeah, it seems that way. Ziff Davis, which owns CNET, ZDNet, PCMag, Mashable, is laying off about 15% of its unionized staff, 23 people total, with 19 from CNET itself.
Which areas are affected?
Reports mention finance, broadband, sleep sections, and the copy desk.
But Ziff Davis has been acquiring other media brands.
That's the tension. They've bought 5 companies this year, including The Skim and Well Plus Good. They only bought CNET itself back in 2024 for $100 million.
So the union is concerned.
Very. They're worried the cuts are just about money and greed and undermine CNET's journalistic authority, especially after that whole AI-written content scandal CNET had under previous ownership.
Right, that damaged their reputation. This seems like a tough spot for the journalists there.
It really highlights the economic pressures on digital media right now, the balance between corporate finances, acquisitions, and maintaining quality journalism, especially with AI looming. It's a constant struggle.
Okay, let's shift gears one last time. Future frontiers and gaming buzz. Elon Musk's Boring Company. Digging tunnels in Nashville now.
That's the announcement. Plans to dig tunnels connecting the Nashville International Airport to downtown.
The Tesla in tunnels concept again. How fast?
They claim the first 10-mile phase could be running as early as next year, promising an 8-minute commute.
That sounds ambitious. Who's paying?
Supposedly, it's entirely privately funded at zero cost to taxpayers. That's the claim.
But there's controversy already.
Seems so. A Nashville Democratic Representative, Justin Jones, said he was denied entry to the announcement event and criticized it, suggesting it benefits corporate donors over public needs.
And the Boring Company's track record elsewhere isn't exactly spotless, right?
They have floated and then quietly dropped similar tunnel plans in LA, DC, Chicago. And there have been reports about employee safety concerns in the past, so, potential is there, but feasibility and follow-through are big questions.
We'll have to wait and see on that one. Speaking of Musk's companies, any news on Tesla cars?
A bit of a strategic shift in Europe, it seems. They've stopped taking new custom orders for the Model S and Model X there.
So you can't configure your own luxury Tesla anymore in Europe?
Not right now. They're only offering pre-configured inventory models.
Why? Is it temporary supply issues, or are those models maybe nearing the end of their run in that market?
Could be either, or both. The Model S has a 2-month wait even in California, so supply might be tight, or maybe they're focusing production elsewhere or preparing for updates. It definitely signals something is changing for those higher-end, older models.
Interesting. Now, for the gamers, next Xbox rumors are swirling.
Oh, yeah. Leaks suggest Microsoft is going all in on graphics for the next console.
Like, seriously powerful.
Aiming for true 4K at 120 frames per second with much better ray tracing. Potentially launching late 2026 or 2027, which is sooner than some expected.
What's powering it, according to the leaks?
A new AMD RDNA 5 GPU and Zen 6 CPU. Some whispers claim the graphics could rival something like an NVIDIA GeForce RTX 5080 PC card.
Wow, that's a big claim for a console. Any other specs leaked?
Maybe 32 GB of RAM, using AMD's FSR upscaling tech. Similar to what the PS5 Pro is expected to use.
And backwards compatibility, always a big question.
Hints suggest they're working on bringing Xbox backwards compatibility to PC as well as consoles, letting you transfer your library. That would be huge for players.
Definitely. But didn't Microsoft's current Xbox hardware sales dip recently?
They did. Hardware revenue was down 22% last quarter, even after they raised the price of the Series X. Game Pass and services are strong, but hardware is facing tough competition.
So they need this next-gen leap to maybe reignite hardware sales.
Seems like a plausible strategy. Push the performance boundary hard.
Okay. And the other huge game everyone's waiting for, GTA 6. More delay rumors.
Unfortunately, yes. It was already pushed to May 2026, remember? Now a leaker suggests it might slip again, maybe by 4 months to September 2026.
Why? Just development taking longer.
That's usually the reason for games this massive. Internal talks, polishing, hitting quality targets. Rockstar is known for delaying to get it right, like they did with Red Dead Redemption 2.
Plausible, then. Any word on pricing? There were those rumors of a $100 price tag.
Leaks suggest UK pricing. £70 standard, £90 deluxe, £110 premium. That premium tier fueled the $100 speculation.
And the different editions might affect online access.
Possibly. The leak mentioned deluxe and premium getting early or first access to GTA Online. That's a common tactic to encourage higher-tier purchases.
Makes sense. All right, one last little bite before we go. Skechers? Shoes with AirTags.
Yep, kids' shoes with a little hidden compartment specifically for an Apple AirTag.
Huh. Simple idea, but I can see parents liking that for peace of mind.
Exactly. Practicality meets tech, a simple integration hitting a real-world need.
And that's our rundown for today. What an exciting mix of new tech, big industry shifts, and critical privacy discussions. From a cinema in a box to AI tutors and shoes that help you keep track of your little ones, the tech world is never dull.
Indeed. The rapid pace of innovation, especially with AI, continues to reshape how we live, work, and even study. It's always a balance between convenience, power, and understanding the implications. What stands out to you from today's discussions?
Food for thought, for sure. Thanks for tuning in to Byte-Sized Tech. If you enjoyed the episode, like, comment, share, and subscribe for more fun tech discussions.